Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining me for this time of spiritual renewal. There is a line in the song that we just sang that's really important for us to remember right now. God, the still point of the circle, round whom all creation turns. And perhaps God isn't a word that you're comfortable with. Please choose another one. We have so many that we can choose from, something that is meaningful to us. Source energy, divine mind, spirit. Find one that works for you. God, the still point of the circle, round whom all creation turns. What we want to remember is there is one point of stillness, one point around which everything turns, all of creation. And that includes us, because we are part of this creation. This is the underlying truth that we want to picture in our minds and our hearts as we view the world and we make decisions and we decide what we're going to do each and every day. That oneness, that stillness is who we are. That we are part of that one presence and that one power. Today is Palm Sunday. There is so much we can learn from what Jesus did that is still very profound and valuable, even today, even for us as individuals. First, the word palm. I looked up in The Revealing Word, which is a book by Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, to see what he thought the metaphysical meaning of the word palm was. And it's quite a short meaning, but very profound. He says that palm trees represent an unlimited resource of strength. An unlimited resource of strength. So you can perhaps picture a palm tree, or perhaps you've even been somewhere where you've been able to see them in person. They are quite tall, very sturdy, and of course they have these beautiful large leaves that create this canopy or umbrella over the ground beneath it. And this reminds me of a story in the Quran, a story of Jesus's birth, which is quite different from the story that we have in our Christian scriptures. So the story in the Quran is, and the reason why it's in the Quran is because Jesus is seen as a very important prophet in Islam, and Mary, his mother, is very much revered. And the story is that when she was ready to give birth, that she went out into the desert by herself. And that out there, she found a single palm tree. And underneath that palm tree, she sat and gave birth to Jesus. The palm tree is significant because it provided her with shade. There was water underneath the palm tree, of course, that sustained the tree itself. And she was nourished by the fruit, the dates, that are both nutritious and sweet. She had everything she needed. Everything was provided for her by this tree. Palms are a beautiful symbol of life. Today, and for a few more days, we are still in the season of Lent, of release, of letting go. We sure have a lot to let go of these days, don't we? Letting go of casual trips to the grocery store, letting go of our weekly activities and classes perhaps that we were taking, letting go of meeting up with friends and family, letting go of traveling, even down island or to Vancouver, letting go of non-essential services. So some things have been harder to let go of than others, haven't they? And some things have been quite easy. What about letting go of rushing? Releasing worry about things that we cannot control. What about letting go of too much to do? I drove out to the spiritual center a few days ago, and as I headed out the Dyke Road, I slowed down a lot. Because as I was driving, I could see that there was no one in front of me, and there was no one in back of me. So why was I driving so quickly? There was no time frame. I didn't have to be anywhere at a certain time. So I slowed down. And of course, we've got the beautiful river right there, the mountains. As I passed the bird sanctuary, all their beautiful little daffodils are all out in bloom there alongside the road. When I got to Comox Avenue, as you can probably picture, it was quite deserted. And all those gorgeous flowers lining both sides of the road. Purple, pink, white hyacinths, hellebores. What else was there? Daffodils. There must have been 15 different kinds of daffodils. Little mini irises. And hardly a soul to appreciate them. What occurred to me is what they were doing was just what they were created to do, without wondering if anyone would appreciate them or notice. They were being beautifully perfect, just as they were. And I thought, how many of us can live simply as we are created, without wanting to be something else, without thinking we were lacking in some way, without any expectation that anyone would like us or appreciate us, or that we should be different in some way. Living, just being who we are. And then I thought of the Lenten reading today. I hope you're still all enjoying this book. And part of what James Dillett Freeman says for today is, there was one who showed us what we all might be. He did not so much tell us what our lives should be like. He lived the life that we might live. Jesus saw through life's imperfections, through sickness and doubt, through poverty and fear, through hatred and pride, even through death. And he called forth wholeness, faith, joy, love, and life. He showed us what life might be, lived to the utmost of its possibilities. He showed us what a person might be, who held to the highest and best in themselves. What we might be if we hold to the highest and best within ourselves. Jesus did not tell us what to do or what to believe. He was an example to us of how we could live, expressing the perfection of who we are. The last week of his life, even knowing that he just had a few days left, he did not waver from his calling. He was not distracted by everything that was going on around him. He was being tested by the crowds, by the priests, by the Pharisees, people who were afraid of what he was teaching. And yet, despite all this, he continued to teach, preach, and heal. That was his ministry, his divine purpose. He showed us two things. One, to stay focused and steady with our purpose, no matter what. And secondly, to live and express our beliefs. So how might we apply this to ourselves? What is our purpose right now? What are we to be right now? And how can we live our beliefs? A beautiful quote from 2 Timothy. For the spirit which God gave us is not a spirit of cowardice, but one of power and of love and of sound judgment. For the spirit which God gave us is not a spirit of cowardice, but one of power and of love and of sound judgment. So what is our purpose right now? Be true to yourself. You are unique and special. We don't need anybody else trying to show up as you, just you. And how can we live our beliefs right now in these circumstances? Well, after the meditation, I have something to show you, something to share with you that we can all do, something that will brighten everyone's day and remind them of the good in the world. So let's prepare now for our time of prayer and contemplation. You'll recognize the song, When I Pray.
When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God.
Now, let's settle into a time of soul communion, a time of aligning our consciousness with the beautiful web of divine life, a time to remember that every thought we hold and every word we speak is producing ripples out into our environment.
We have an important role to play right now as conscious spiritual beings. We can make a contribution to the goodness on the planet, and we can expand the goodwill, peace, and compassion that is being expressed. We can hold ourselves in a position of faith and spiritual strength so that others can lean on that when needed. I invite you now to find a comfortable seat. Perhaps wiggle out your shoulders a little, do a body scan. Feel if there are any pockets of tension you are holding on to. As we identify these places, let's breathe into them as if we were sending them a stream of warmth and love. Now let's take a minute to focus on the breath, on the gentle flow, life-giving flow that is so easily entering and exiting our bodies. We begin with the knowledge of the nature of God. God is infinite peace, infinite wisdom, infinite love, and infinite life. All that God is, we can realize as the truth within us. We begin in celebration of the whole holy power within, our true nature. There is only one presence, one power, and one activity in my life, God the good, the allness of life. Let's hold this thought for a few minutes. I am one with the one presence. I am one with the one presence. Now that we are centered in that truth, let's turn our attention to the quality of peace. Peace flows like a river through my mind and heart. With every breath, I circulate spiritual peace through my body, my thoughts, and my feelings. The calm, vital force of infinite peace settles gently into every part of my being. Nothing can disturb my peace of mind or my harmonious heart, for I am anchored in divine peace. Let's hold this thought for a few minutes. I am anchored in divine peace. Attuned to divine life, I heal and live fully in the knowledge of God and my divine nature. I heal limiting thoughts about life. In God, there is no limit to life. In God, there is fullness and wholeness of life. health, well-being, vitality, and ease are mine as I attune to divine life. Divine life is my life. Let's hold this thought for a few minutes. Divine life is my life. I am one with infinite love, one in the love that knows no bounds. The love I am cherishes and nourishes all of life. My heart is a sanctuary of love. As I withdraw my attention from outer circumstances and enter the sanctuary of my heart, I become aware that I am centered in divine love. I feel love for all of creation. Through eyes of love, I see all people. I focus my attention on the presence of love within me and everywhere around me. I allow the energy of divine love to permeate my consciousness. I see the world through my spiritual eyes, beholding the beauty and sacredness of all life. I bless all people of the world. My heart is a sanctuary of love. Let's hold this thought for a few minutes. My heart is a sanctuary of love. As we close this time of prayer and contemplation, let's take a moment to bring to mind our gratitude for all those who are making great sacrifices to do their jobs solely for the benefit of others. As one, we can send them strength and protection and appreciation. Thank you for joining me in this time of mindfulness, aware of our power to contribute to the well-being of all life, and for keeping our minds and hearts focused on contributing only good to the global experience. Please join me in the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The power of God protects us. We are the power. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence. Wherever we are, God is. And all is well. And so it is. Amen.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us, that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one loving family, sharing one son. I choose love. Yes, I do. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
I choose love. Peace on this planet is growing because we choose love. So here's your opportunity to share some love. Just a couple of days ago, I was out for a drive, And I drove by a house and noticed in the living room window some hearts that were pasted to the window. I smiled. I got the message right away. Someone was sending out some love, showing they care. In that 30-minute drive, I passed 2 more houses with hearts in the windows. And I thought, okay, this is a thing. Something's going on. So when I got home, it's amazing, Google, I put in 2 words, hearts, window. And yes, this is a thing. There is something going on. A woman in Prince George, home with her children, decided to cut out some paper hearts and put them in their living room window. And they waited a few days, and on their walks outside in the neighborhood, it was kind of like their game to see if anybody else had noticed and maybe put hearts in their living room windows as well. And they had. That was 3 days ago. So you can see, this idea has found a life of its own. It has grown. So what do you think? How easy is this? Make hearts out of something. Wrapping paper, construction paper, these pipe cleaners I didn't even know I had anymore, and put them in your window. It sends out a clear message of love and hope. Let's live the truth we know, that we are created with the power of spirit, of love, and of sound judgment. We have a job to do. We have a purpose in these times. We may not know the specifics, but what we do know is that when we start with love or peace, that what comes after will always be right and perfect. Next Sunday is Easter, as I'm sure you all know. I remember back in February, I was starting to put together some ideas about what we might do on Easter Sunday. And then, slowly over the weeks, I came to the realization that that was not going to happen, at least not in person. But there are some ways that we can celebrate that special day together. Send us a picture of yourself by email. Take a selfie. You can experiment. Doesn't have to be perfect. Send a picture to info@Unity Comox Valley of yourself. And we'll share them next Sunday and over the next few Sundays so that we can see each other again. Or you can write a short inspirational message, something that you would like to share with everyone, and I'll read those next Sunday as well. If you send me a picture or a message, I need it by Thursday noon. Okay? That would really help me to organize myself for this kind of event that we're doing right now. And I invited a friend, a special friend, someone you know. I asked her if she would produce a short video with an Easter message for us, and so she has done that. And we will also listen and hear and see her next week as well. As you know, having a virtual spiritual community is something new for us. Certainly has been challenging for me. I've been learning lots with lots of help how to do things technologically that I didn't even really know were even possible. But the motivation is strong because I'm committed to our community. Not only staying together in these times, but also thriving and becoming even stronger. The Christ in me sees the Christ in you. Let's close with the peace song.